Okay, welcome.
Hi.
Hi, Kirsty. All right, so my name's Suzanne, and I'm your Innercalm coach, and I am here today to just have a quick chat to Kirsty, who has recently gone through the 5 in 4 program. And I have to say, working with Kirsty has been an absolute joy. She's just been so open and bubbly and has put in so much work to, to improving her mindset, her lifestyle, in just, being so willing to do what's needed to do to create an amazing result in the 5 in 4 program. And so I wanted to bring Kirsty on today to have a quick chat to find out, what Kirsty's experiences were, and just so others can have a little bit of a listen and just really see and hear that the 5 in 4 program is not just about weight. It's so much more. And Kirsty has had some incredible results around all areas of it. So I'm going to hand it over to you, Kirsty, and I'll ask you a couple of questions. So firstly, why did you join the 5 in 4 program?
I think I was in a state of inner turmoil, and my mind was a minefield of guilt and pain and suffering, and it consumed all of my energy, all of my time, and there was no free headspace for me to enjoy anything. And that was guilt around whether I had made a nutritional choice, guilt around whether it wasn't so nutritional, guilt around what I was going to eat next, guilt around the last almost 35 years of my life and my body image, just guilt, so much guilt. And it was a horrible, horrible, horrible place to live in. It was not a nice state to be. And that's why I've tried everything. I've tried all of the diets, all of the things, from low carb, keto, clean eating, plant-based, vegan, all of them. And I just couldn't punish myself anymore. And I thought I have to do something different because none of these things are working. And even to the point where I knew the calorie count of everything, and everything was meticulously tracked and recorded, and just so much pressure. There was so much pressure, and there was a flow-on effect to my family, and it wasn't nice.
Yeah. And Kirsty, you're a very active person. You're actually a marathon runner, and you help people. That's part of your role as a PT,
Yeah.
is to help people to be fit and healthy and learn how to run, and yet you're still having these struggles.
Yeah, and that was I think the really frustrating thing for me is I couldn't piece together why I could do this long distance running, high intensity work at the gym, eating really, really well, and still gaining weight, just little bit by little bit, up and up and up. And it just was soul crushing because I thought I'm doing all the right things, and I was just getting nowhere.
Yeah. And were other people aware of this inner turmoil for you? Did they know?
Most people wouldn't be. My husband obviously was, and he could see my heartbreak, and I would get quite emotional about it. My mum is a very big supporter, and she knew what was going on. And it's been a bit of a journey for me because when I was 19, I was diagnosed with a few autoimmune conditions, and it just adds layer by layer. And some of my closest running friend, she's been an amazing support for me and knows internally what I've been dealing with. But other than that, the wider community that I'm part of would just see me as happy, bubbly, and all of the nice things, but not really see the internal pain I had.
Yeah, and that's certainly, when you first presented, when I first met you, and I went, wow, this is such a beautiful, vibrant, bubbly person. It's just, it's incredible to know that, you're not alone, and so many women have this internal battle, this internal struggle. And, some of the words that you used when we first had a chat was, it was gut wrenching. it was this internal minefield, which so many are just not aware of. And, it was just so amazing to be able to help you to go from there to where you are now, which is, so let us know where you are now. What results did you get?
So the really, probably, I feel like my words are not going to do it justice for the mental, emotional shift that I've had. So one of my goals was to feel peace and calm, happiness, and giggles. I wanted giggles back with my kids. The giggles had all gone, and I desperately wanted them. And through my work with you, I had managed to clear my mind enough to be present and enjoy hectic, chaotic, messy, unexpected moments and not be reactive to them. And I now feel like I have this beautiful shield on it and nothing really gets in. It's like this filter in my mind that nothing can touch. And it's such a nice place to be. And the guilt is gone. I don't have those concerns. I know I'm making the best choices that I can make, and my body will do what it will do with that. And the other really thing that I'm quite thankful for is I've gone to doctors for a very long time, and as well-intentioned and as amazing as they are and as beautiful as they are, my health concerns have kind of been dismissed and swept off to the side. And to the point where I've been told, oh, don't worry if the blood test comes back fine, or don't be disappointed if it's negative. So really dismissive of what I've been saying. And the work with you has enabled me to become more of an advocate for myself and stand up for my health, because I know something is off balance. And what it has allowed me to do is to go be that advocate and try and get some answers for what's happening with my health. Because in terms of my weight, that didn't shift too much, despite doing all of the things that create a sense of wellness. And so with that, it allowed me, there was a moment when I did my final weigh-in, and my first response was a bit, oh. And then I had this sense of, oh my goodness, for the first time in 35 years, I'm not punishing myself because it's nothing I've actually done. There is hormonally an issue, and I go to the doctor every time and say this, and it's swept aside. And so it's allowed me to actually get a bit of a fire in my belly to actually fight to get the results that I need to create a healing plan for myself. And it's really illustrated to me the more research that I've been doing over this last week. I'm just ticking so many boxes around health, a particular health concern, as to why it's a barrier for me. So I guess I can't be more thankful and grateful that I've had the opportunity to work with you, because otherwise I would still be stuck in a place of hopelessness and helplessness and not being confident enough to stand up for myself. So it's been huge. And back to the giggles, there've been so many giggles. There's been a beautiful ripple effect within my family. So my little girl's got some mental health concerns. And prior to this work with Suzanne, I didn't have capacity to see or to be able to help her and nurture her on her journey of healing. And the things that I've implemented for myself have allowed me to have a flow-on effect to her, and her anxiety is reducing, her eating is improving, and she's smiling more, she's not worrying as much. So there's just a beautiful ripple effect from the individual work I've done. And then some of the techniques with Suzanne, I've got a little boy who's just beautiful and he's sweet, but he also gets very stuck in his emotions. And some of the work with you, the Hakalau, has, when he's been having a real emotional moment, I've pulled some of these skills into my parenting, and it's allowed to create space for him and an opportunity for him to breathe and reset. And I couldn't do that before.
Wow. Yeah. It's just been beautiful to see this ripple effect, into your family with your children individually. And, you know, not only have you been able to overcome what was going on in your mind, and, you know, it's interesting that, that there was the most gains and the realizations and the fact that you are now feeling empowered to help yourself around weight was all around your mental capacity around what was going on and how much it was. No, there wasn't. And now there is. And now you can do what you need to do. And as you say, be your own advocate and advocate for you know, fight for yourself and have the confidence to ask the questions and to seek further, you know, information and advice. And we did some really great work too, on a quantum consciousness level, which also gave you some incredible insights. What was that like for you, Kirsty?
I think that process has helped me. All right, let me rewind. So I think becoming a mum, I love my children, but becoming a mum, I almost felt like I lost me. You know, simple things like I couldn't listen to the music I wanted to listen to or watch what I wanted to watch on TV. And I remember you using the example of couldn't have a vase of flowers on the table. You know, and you have these nice things that you work hard for, and a lot of them sometimes accidentally get ruined when you're a mum, and that's part of it. And I felt like in that, and as much as I love that journey, I lost me. And that work specifically has helped me look at where I'm going and get excited about what I'm going to achieve next and becoming myself again, finding myself again and remembering who I am. And yes, still being a good mum, but also creating a place of balance where I get to start achieving some of my own goals again. And so that was really a beautiful thing to experience. And then in that work as well, looking to and getting some guidance around my health concerns and where to go and what to do about them, and some answers and places to search.
Yeah, that was amazing. And all of these answers were in here, that they're all here, but they were just all blocked off by the inner turmoil.
Absolutely.
And so, Kirsty, what was the most surprising thing about the program for you? What was it that sort of you went like, oh, what's this?
Look, all of it. But if I had to pick one thing where I felt the biggest change, I mean, I don't know, maybe that's not every session I walked away with so much, and it was so rich every session. The one that probably really sat with me was the hypnosis. I came out of there feeling just free and peaceful and calm. And I had this, how do I explain it? I had this sense of I can, and I had stopped doubting myself. And there was, from that, doing things that I'd normally worry about and get anxious about, and maybe I'm not going to do good enough, or maybe I'm not worthy enough, or whatever, it all went away. I had this calm self-worth, no doubt in myself whatsoever, and a sense of capability. And all my anxiety, it's just drifted away. And I have been quite an anxious person, and it just melted and it wasn't there anymore. So that was probably the one that really, really sat with me.
The hypnosis is so powerful. The timeline therapy is powerful. It's and you know, for each person it'll be something different about the program that stands out for them. But I do remember the session after you came back from the hypnosis, it was like, oh wow, Suzanne, all this has changed, and all the things like there was so much had changed for you after that hypnosis session.
But and before the session before that, where we turned a like into a dislike.
Oh yes.
And this blows my mind. We used chocolate and octopus.
That's it.
Yeah. And I have not been interested in chocolate since. I just don't care. I actually was in my pantry and I was like, no, I don't like it anymore, which I actually had to check myself. And I was like, what? But I just have no desire. I have no desire at all. And that was very healing in itself, because it freed me of this constant pull and constant almost voice of a food controlling my behavior in a way, and it just melted away.
Yeah, and this is, you know, that this is the aim of this technique. This is an NLP technique, and it's really designed to get that thing off the table that is holding you back, or is just, you know, the thing that people are driven to, that craving, which the body creates and the subconscious mind creates an absolutely overwhelming drive to get what you used to want.
Yeah.
You know, with that craving, and it just overrides absolutely everything. So this is, you know, when we do the hypnosis and the NLP work, we can really work at a really deep subconscious level, which then frees you consciously, but your subconscious mind, because it's so powerful, it's working in alignment rather than, you know, headbutting.
Which was one of my goals, was alignment, was one of the things I desperately wanted, and I walked away feeling like that's there now.
Yeah, that's it. So Kirsty, if someone was sitting on the fence about the program, what would you say to them?
I don't know if I'd have to say anything. But I had a friend come over the other day and she said, I haven't seen you this happy in such a long time. Like, I think internally my sense of happiness and calm and peace and balance is so illustrated. There's no reactiveness in me, and people have noticed that. So I just think it speaks for itself when in my circle, in my social circle, the changes for me, how significant they've been to improving my well-being. Like, I feel like a light is coming out now, a genuine light. It's not masking things anymore. So yeah, that's all. It's been beautiful. No words. I constantly, I feel like I don't have the words to describe the journey I've been on, because it has been so meaningful.
Yeah, wow. And this is something that you also mentioned in our first conversation, was that you wanted to share the journey with someone. You wanted to go on this with someone.
Yeah, and I think because I have been so dismissed in a medical sense before, and I have tried various different alternative therapies, but they have been very isolating, and kind of professionals would kind of disappear on me or dismiss what I was saying, and I just felt so alone and so isolated, and I needed someone to walk that path with me and to help me learn to advocate for myself. And that's absolutely what's happened. So I'm so grateful, so grateful.
It's been a joy to see your confidence grow and your sense of self-empowerment. And I loved, you know, the picture journal that you created too, of all the things that you wanted to have in your life, and snapshotting those beautiful moments with your kids, whereas before your mind was somewhere else, but now you're fully present.
And that process was me kind of trying to create, I guess, like a vision board for myself, and it allowed me to see, I think in the past actually, when I've tried to do things like that, I've always looked to others for their imagery or their experiences, and what that process really allowed me to do was see I have everything I need for so much happiness and so much peace. And I just wanted to capture those moments, because they're the moments that I do want more of in life. They're the things that I want more of, and I have them, and it's just allowed me to really appreciate them and be grateful for them and to seek more of them. Now that there's space out here.
That's right. And so, Kirsty, where to from now? Like, where to from here? What's in the wings for you now?
So now I'm on a determined mission to get some answers about my health. I've got lots of appointments lined up to get those answers, and I will not be defeated because I can sense, I know something is out of whack, it's not balanced, and I know that, and I'm determined I will not be dismissed this time. I am looking at, so I need those answers from the medical field, but looking at alternative therapies and where they can support me. And then just really enjoying what I have, enjoying what's in front of me, enjoying my children, and working towards those personal goals again, and remembering who I am and where I want to go. So that's, I'm very excited. There's been already in our work together, there's been some huge shifts in terms of business, in terms of family life, in terms of my own well-being, and I just feel like they're going to continue to roll, and I have this beautiful flow now to get to where I need to be.
Yeah, and it's just so epitomizes, you know, the relationship that we have with food reflects our relationship that we have with life. And you know, for you there was so much going on up here, but it was also reflected in your life. Now this is so free, and all these amazing things, as you said, are happening personally, professionally, you know, with your family. Your friends are noticing, you know, they've never seen you happier. It's just just based on our discussion, you know, a chat that we had before we went on recording. But it that's why this, you know, I feel this program is so unique, because it's not just about food, and it's certainly not just about exercise. It's about what's going on upstairs, and the relationship that you have with yourself and your life and food, and it just, you know, ripples out to so many other places. So it's just been an amazing journey and growth for me to see you go through that.
Thank you. I just couldn't be more grateful, more thankful, and the shifts, they're just remarkable. I couldn't have imagined, when I had that initial phone call with you, I couldn't have imagined how I feel now. It's just been amazing. So thank you so much.
It's my pleasure. It's been an absolute joy, and thank you so much for coming on and letting other people know what your journey has been, because I'm sure that there are other women and men too that, you know, have these internal battles and struggles, and that, you know, it's there is a way out of it. You don't have to be trapped in this kind of life. So thank you, Kirsty. I've just so enjoyed every moment of our time together, and I can't wait to see what the outcome is for you when you get your answers.
Yeah, me too. You will definitely be hearing from me.
Good. Okay. All right. Thanks so much, Kirsty. I'll leave it here. Bye.